Alright, hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again, and this is going to be another match review. We continue our look back at classic Wrestlemania matches, and not only this one, but the one I'm going to do later on this week are they kind of flow together, and they're definitely both classics in every sense of the word. Starting with this one though. Oh, it's WrestleMania 25. Shawn Michaels versus the Undertaker, or Mr. WrestleMania versus the WrestleMania Phenom. For starters, as always, I'm not a professional wrestling reviewer or analyst. Just a man who enjoys good time, and good time is definitely an understatement because this match was phenomenal. Arguably one of the best WrestleMania matches is in the history of WrestleMania, and arguably one of the best matches of either man's career, or as a lot of people say, and definitely lived up to a lot of the hype, and it's kind of a twofold WrestleMania match in a lot of ways, which I'll get to. But without further ado, let's get right into it. For those of you who haven't seen these types of reviews from me before, for those of you who have, you know how this works. But for those of you who haven't, pretty much, well, first of all, welcome. But also, I'm going to be talking about what I liked and what I disliked about the match. And starting with what I liked, everything pretty much. But both men and really gave it their all. Really went back and forth. Or a lot of cool moments between the two. And a lot of exchange offense between the two. The story, I think, was very well done. And they brought up on commentary the fact that Undertaker hadn't beaten Shawn Michaels one-on-one up until this point. And spoiler, Undertaker finally does here. But just weaving that into the story, Shawn Michaels starting to grow desperate as he's trying to put away the Undertaker, even trying to get a count-out win, which normally would fall into would kind of be like a heel tactic, wanting to get the win by count out. But Shawn, who is face at this point, wanting to get the count out win, but it feeds into the narrative, not just the narrative of the match of Shawn trying to put away the Undertaker, to put away the streak and everything, but also something I'll talk about in a little bit. But pretty much all the factors made for a very exciting and interesting match, and both men really going back and forth, and a lot of times it seemed like anyone's game. Now, a lot of people probably could have predicted that Undertaker would walk out victorious. This is still when both men could go in a good match, and right when Undertaker it still seemed impossible for anyone to beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania, that the streak would never end, and there are some people who feel like the streak should have ended, or not should have ended, that shouldn't have ended it, but yeah. So this is when both men, not like in their absolute prime, but could still put on a really good match, and a good match they definitely delivered. Just so much about it is great. Even the entrances and the very symbolic entrance. Shawn Michaels coming down from the top with the ramp, coming down from above, and then Undertaker coming up from the little elevator. No one tell Cody Rhodes, but very symbolic. Of course, Shawn Michaels descending from heaven, Undertaker coming up from hell. So the whole angel versus devil fight in that narrative, I think, was really well done and really made this match stand out. The entrances were well done, the match was well done, and including arguably one of the best, like almost streak ending moments where, or I shouldn't say almost streak ending, I guess false finish I'll consider it, because it was Undertaker who initiated it, where Undertaker nails the tombstone, does the pinfall, does the motion and everything, tongue out, like he always does, but Shawn powers out, and just the amount of like shock from the commentary, from the people in attendance, and this was like, wow, like even someone like me who already knows how the match ends, which this WrestleMania I actually watched a lot. I've at my grandma's house, but back when back when it first came out, I would watched it a lot live. It was me, my dad, I think my sister and my brother and my grandma. But yeah, but even watching it so many years later, or even knowing the outcome already, it still sent chills down my spine. And then Undertaker's face afterwards, it's like the face of like holy crap, almost like a face of panic. At that ad, I think is just so well done. Just about everything about this match is fantastic. If I did have to nitpick, something that what was supposed to be kind of an iconic WrestleMania moment, but kind of wasn't, was the dive onto the cameraman. Which, fun fact, that is actually Sim Snuka, aka Jimmy Snuka's son, and Deuce from Deuce and Domino, the tag team, from back like in I think 04 or it might have been 06. They won the tag team titles. I used to watch them sometimes growing up, where they had like the '50s greaser gimmick. But anyway, yeah. So he was the cameraman. Undertaker landed on him, and a bit of a scary landing. Not gonna lie, I very scary landing, and it was pretty funny. It was pretty cool how Shawn like pushed the referee out of the way, then pulled the cameraman into the way. As obviously Undertaker was aiming for Shawn, but Shawn pulled the cameraman into the way. But Undertaker almost landed on his head. So what was supposed to be like a really cool moment like that almost got messed up. And if I remember correctly, Sim Stuka also got some heat for it after that. But yeah, but that's just a nitpick because it still is an iconic moment, just kind of for the wrong reason. But otherwise, fantastic match. And as I kind of alluded to, it helps set up for their rematch the next year at WrestleMania 26. Because from here, I feel like we kind of start to see a darker side of Shawn. Shawn on later on in the year of 2009 would against his will kind of align himself with JBL, where he was asserting everything, that's not really like a darker side, right? But it's kind of prelude to it. And then going so far as to kick his own friend in order to gain the WWE Championship. And then there's the thing at the Royal Rumble 2010 where Shawn really wanted to win the Rumble and eliminate Triple H. Shawn attacked Triple H a lot at that time. Even as a tag team as DX, which you wouldn't expect, but Shawn expecting unexpected around this time, and Shawn freaking out, then costing the Undertaker the Elimination Chamber and the World Championship. It pretty much that obsession with wanting to end the streak, and kind of reflecting on not being able to do it at WrestleMania 25, leading into the rematch at WrestleMania 26, which is going to be the next match that we cover, is WrestleMania 26 as Shawn Michaels rematches The Undertaker. But yeah, it all stems from here. You can kind of see Shawn starting to panic, starting to be desperate a little bit, even in this match, and then it just leads to the story from there. And a great way to build to WrestleMania, the next WrestleMania, the rematch. I'd say probably better done than like The Rock versus John Cena, but but um, but surprising, kind of surprising how I almost didn't realize that's not the first time WWE's built towards a rematch of a previous WrestleMania's match. From like the very previous WrestleMania. Another example I could kind of give is maybe the matches between The Rock and Stone Cold, but those were like every other Mania, 15, 17, then 19. But yeah, so going from one year to the next, building up towards the rematch, it's kind of starting here and now in this match. I think is really well done and just makes this match even more special. But yeah, fantastic match. If you haven't already, check out this match. Even if you have, check it out again because it is fantastic and is definitely worth the rewatch. But what happens a year later when Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker face off again? You will find out when I review their match at WrestleMania 26. But nevertheless, as for this review, that is going to do it for for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the match, your thoughts on my review of the match. Do you like, dislike the match, or did you like, dislike my review of the match? And also let me know in the comments between the match at WrestleMania 25 and then the rematch at WrestleMania 26. Which one do you think is the better Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels match? I guess we will find out when I review who that match next time I do the wrestling review. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.